What it do, Cash Kings, Queens, and Cash Kids? It's your boy Kash Turner, the flashy Turner. Timmy was a fast learner. And today we got EOS 1090 Jake. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about NLMB J Dog. He was killed 2 weeks after he was, you know what I'm saying? He was telling G Herbo he couldn't come back to the block, all this different stuff. So we're going to get straight into it and see what's going on.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 J, man. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all
Rocking with me.
In this video, we're going to be speaking on NLMB J Dog, a man that told G Herbo he couldn't come back to his hood, that got killed 2 weeks after saying it. Almost 2 weeks ago.
And it's just crazy because it's like they from the same hood. So it's like he said, that was just, you know, that transpired 2 weeks ago, and then him losing his life.
Chicago rapper G Herbo
It's crazy. Crazy.
With It's Up There podcast. He described surviving Chicago, losing his brother, and most importantly, cutting ties with the streets.
Man, I'm cutting all ties from that shit. I don't care what a nigga think about me. Nigga call me a bitch ass nigga 100 million times. Yes. I don't care. Like I'm not even gonna feed into it. And you think I ain't had to have them uncomfortable conversations? You think nigga ain't told me I done left the hood and forgot about the hood? I'm a fuck nigga and I don't take care of niggas and I ain't the one bonding niggas out no more and paying for funerals. It's like, how many times I'm supposed to do for that shit? Do that shit. Like, what y'all want nigga to catch a Rico? Every time you niggas go to jail for a gun charge, a violent charge.
Facts. And that be the thing when you're the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying, and you putting people in position and things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? It could tarnish your career, your demeanor, you know, your how people look at you, all that different type of stuff. So that's a fact.
Like all the concierges, never. All the young niggas listening, please don't let nobody tell you who you are as a man, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And don't let nobody trick you into thinking that you gotta be in the streets and you gotta have
Cut it out.
career or you gotta look out for everybody. It's okay to wanna, you know what I'm saying, help your niggas and put your niggas on, but your niggas should wanna help you too though.
Now, after everything he's been through, you'd think he'd be met with applause. G Herbo grew up in one of America's deadliest cities and belonged to one of Chicago's deadliest gangs, NLMB. NLMB would have a long list of killers and be rumored to have been responsible for some of the most brutal killings in Chicago. But they also have a long list of members who've been killed along the way. Rising from the trenches into rap stardom, G Herbo was rich with a beautiful family, and at this point in his life, he's only weeks away from turning 30. The wisest thing he could do is denounce the streets and anything that ties him to a life he no longer lives. But not everyone thinks the same. NLMB member JDog would take to Instagram bashing G Herbo. He'd say Herbo talks on the internet like he been with the shit, when the guys told him don't do shit since 2014. Basically trying to make the point that G Herbo was nothing more than a rapper. JDog would continue with calling out Herbo for not sending any of the guys money in prison, and since he isn't no limit anymore, he'd warn him not to come back on 78th and Essex, or he will have problems.
And you see, we just said how you know, he said, you know, sending money to the guys in prison and everything. And with him being a breadwinner, you gotta remember he's still a human himself. You know what I'm saying? And him being a breadwinner means he have to spend more money himself. You know what I'm saying? He got kids, family, you know, his girl, mom, all that different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take that into, you know what I'm saying? You gotta remember that too. So
He gives no fucks who's riding with who. G Herbo would respond back saying, all I know is in my entire life of being outside, ain't nobody never did shit to me, ever. Not a slap, not a punch, not a rod, not a choke, not a shit. I got shot. Yeah, that was in my foot though, and I was back outside immediately after. I got jumped on 79th and Jeffrey on the bus stop when I was like 16 and had 0 scratches on me. Not a black eye, busted lip, not shit. And on all 3 of my kids, it was at least 6 of them. I never played. But who cares about ancient history? People try to rewrite it every day. G Herbo would continue with a screenshot of him slam dunking J-Dog into the fucking floor back in the day, saying, all that playing like you crazy little boy, you ain't crazy, never been crazy. I can't come on my block I was just on after you walked up and shook my hand is insane. Now, G Herbo is pointing out the contradiction of what JDog was saying. JDog went live on August 21st, even tagging G Herbo as he stood by on the block while Herbo shot the video for the song.
And this could have been secret animosity too. That's just, you know what I'm saying, revealing itself.
Herbo was literally just on the same block JDog was claiming he now couldn't go, but not everyone agreed with JDog.
What's going on?
Big Op 079 would take the Instagram setting shit straight, saying blood can go wherever the
My
fuck
bad,
you
y'all.
wanna go. Let a motherfucker play and go against this. Y'all ass to be talking to God about it. 78th and Essex, oh shit. Y'all ain't even did shit behind the block to even think y'all can say anything. And I be on that bitch all the time, so when blood pull up with me, y'all ain't gonna do shit but dick ride. Get y'all ass hurt if y'all want. For those that don't know, Big Op's name holds so much weight and no limit, he changed his name for the sake of his career because his old name was attached to too many ghosts. Just a week after making his point, he dropped a new song titled Sunday, where he dropped $100,000 on a new chain and pendant. But even with the diamonds shining, the pendant is rumored to be tied to darkness. Herbo would end the back and forth with JDog saying, if you want to do something to me, don't warn me, just do it, bleed. With G Herbo still backed by his hood, JDog would take the Instagram walking through the neighborhood, showing how rundown it is, and trying to place the responsibility on G Herbo.
These niggas got all this money, you know what I'm saying? Like, this what Fazo really, like, survived that out here. Like, cuz, look at these cribs, bro. Like, look at my block. Like, no bullshit. Like, no bullshit. You see this shit terrible. Look at all these abandoned cribs. Like, G Herbo, come take care of this shit, bro. Like, you get too much money, bro. Like, cuz, niggas, like, motherfuckers, they got tombstones, walls knocked down, no more stoves on certain blocks on Esplanade. Like, all we asking for is, we ain't want your money, bro. Open up something, bro. Give us something, like, you know. This.
Alright, like I said before, this seems like secret animosity, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just coming out because when someone from your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, or someone from your childhood, they make it, you know what I'm saying, become successful in any form, way, or fashion or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it's not always their responsibility to give back or put people in position, you know what I'm saying, like I said before, especially when people have their own lives and family and children and all that stuff that they have to take care of in their everyday life. When the government and the city don't even do certain things for the hood, you can't fault somebody that's from the hood that probably don't do as much as the government and the city should do for the hood. So it's like, that's really who you should be targeted at, you know what I'm saying? It's not really someone that, you know, made it out and became successful from that place that's always obligated to just, you know what I'm saying?
Rock that, y'all. Like, look at this though. Rock that right there. You see this shit? Like, damn, G Herbo, you gonna come? Your man died at it. Like, no bullshit. Rock died in front of the store. We can't even go in this bitch and got liquor, nothing. Like, this is say like the exes, bro. Like, we can't do shit on our block, bro. Like, I'm just taking y'all around the hood of what's going on and why I'm so, like, threw off when he say he doing all this. When he can just open stores and gotta give us shit, and we just come to the store ourselves and spend our money with you and you get the back in. Like, make it make sense. Turn though. Keep on. 7824. If y'all know what this is, 7824 X's. This where this shit like kind of like real started. We NLMB, like this the building. This shit still look fucked up on X's. It's terrible out here. Bad crib. Like this shit fucked up. This where he shot. I be in them gang where he's at.
See, JDog hadn't been around in a long time. There's a reason.
Yeah, I was about to say, it seemed like it.
In 2016, 42-year-old Christopher Hibbler, a.k.a. Maniac Chris, was shot repeatedly in the chest and pronounced dead at the scene. He was the father of NLMB J Dog and had been killed in the deadliest month in Chicago in nearly 20 years after almost 80 were killed that month.
Damn.
22 people murdered in 1 week.
Damn.
The next month, 17-year-old Jalen Hibbler, a.k.a. J-Dog, was out for revenge. 18-year-old Alexander Townsend was walking down 75th with a 16-year-old. They were only a block away from where J-Dog's father was killed in the heart of Black Mob territory. J-Dog was inside of a Dodge that would drive by the teens, reverse, and block their path. That's when J-Dog extended his arm from the vehicle and opened Alexander was shot in the hand and stomach, collapsing near a gate, while the 16-year-old survived unharmed. Come to find out, the only reason the teens were outside is because they were allegedly sent home by their school for not fitting the dress code. The 16-year-old would be arrested on an unrelated charge the following month, sent to the Cook County Juvenile Detention Facility.
I ain't never heard of a kid getting sent home because they didn't fit the, well, unless it was like a girl probably, and like, you know, she might have had on a skirt and it was like, you know, it didn't reach the standards or whatever. But I've never heard of a kid getting sent home. I don't know. That's crazy.
Twice.
I ain't never heard
First
that.
time, JDog would cover his mouth with one hand while putting two fingers against his temple to resemble a gun. The second time, he just stared. The 16-year-old would cooperate with police in identifying JDog as the shooter, and he'd be arrested and charged as an adult. The following year, while inside a Cook County jail, JDog would be one of 8 charged with using a microwave to set fire to their uniforms.
Son,
5 out
what?
of the 8 men were in jail for murder, and 2 officers would be injured from the fire. It's unknown how much time JDog was sentenced to, but it's believed to be around 10 years.
Damn.
And he'd served 9 until his release this year. So him coming out saying G Herbo wasn't sending money to the prisons seems more about how he wasn't getting any money sent to him while he was in prison.
Secret animosity.
In his old neighborhood, it's been 9 long years. Stores get taken down, houses go abandoned, and no rapper is going to clean up their entire hood.
That's a fact.
JDog hadn't been out long enough to know what he was speaking on, and he quickly found that out. 2 weeks after the back and forth with G Herbo, Spot News would report 2 shot on 78th and Essex, the same block he told Herbo not to come. A 19-year-old was hit in the chest, while 27-year-old JDog was hit 6 times in the back. Both men were listed in critical. A chest seal was applied to the 19-year-old, and 2 guns were recovered from both victims.
That's crazy.
18 shell casings will be left at the scene, along with a rifle and live rounds.
Damn.
A short time later, it would be confirmed JDog was dead. And this is the exact reason G Herbo was smart enough to distance himself from the hood. Going back to shoot a video and showing love to the women and kids in the video, it would turn to greed and envy as JDog was mad he was still stuck in the hood while Herbo was prospering. Warning him not to come back, he didn't even realize he painted a target on his own back, as the family of the teen he killed hadn't forgot about him, and now he was causing a divide in his own hood. It's clear G Herbo is not only leveled up and out of the trenches, everyone around him is leveling up, including Big Op, who was quick to take the G Herbo's defense. Chief Keef can even be seen in Big Op's video, and to be honest, he's the best example to follow when it comes to leaving Chicago and leaving those streets behind. Now I swear, Chicago was like home to say the wrong shit and get killed immediately after. You know, like, I remember as far back as what? JoJo pulled up on Lil Reese.
Facts.
Like, I'ma kill you, and then JoJo got killed. There's just been so many.
And I think they caught them lacking first.
cases out of Chicago.
But they was just, they was young.
Died damn near immediately after. That's the importance in what G Herbo is doing. Having the balls to go on a podcast and say, I'm stepping away from all of that shit. I'm not doing lawyer money, bond money while y'all are crashing out. It's tying me into shit I have nothing to do with. I'm successful. I got a girl. I got kids. I respect it. When I saw the video, I shared it on my Instagram. It's people doing small things like that that can turn into a snowball effect, right? You got all these kids that look up to him. He makes that move. All of a sudden, one kid makes that move. Another kid makes that move. And you got a whole avalanche of youth that are literally going in the opposite direction. They don't have to go through the indictments to learn they shouldn't have did it. They don't have to sit in the county for 3 years on a murder when they could have just avoided the situation. I salute and commend him for what he's doing. And the fact that he's able to take people with him. Big Op. He just copped a $100,000 chain. That's an amazing feeling. I know what that feels like. And it's sad that there's always gonna be people trying to pull you back down.
That's a
There's
fact.
gonna be people trying to reel you back in, because once you reach that level of success, they can no longer relate to you. Y'all came from the same block, y'all
Facts.
grew up the same way, but once you've reached that success, that's a level they haven't hit and most likely never will. They can't relate to you anymore. It turns to envy and it turns to hate. The smartest move he did was doing what he did. Because literally, look at how it's playing out. He doesn't have control over that hood. He doesn't have control over what happens. The last thing he needs is to be tied into it. So much respect to him. Drop y'all's thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Man, like he said, and like I was saying from before, that's like a case of secret animosity. You know what I'm saying? You came from the same hood. They a few years apart, like 2, 3, 4 years apart, something like that. So it's like they probably wasn't really like super close or super cool, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But like they know each other because they from the same hood. You know what I'm saying? They kind of sort of grew up around each other. So you know what I'm saying? That's understandable. But it's like you can't, like you said, you can't hold him to those type of what's the word I'm looking for? Those type of standards, you know what I'm saying? Because he is successful or the breadwinner out of the group, you know what I'm saying? And you looking for him to do certain things when, you know what I'm saying, you think, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like he was saying, he was paying for people bills. He looking out for people doing this in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't expect too much from one person, you know what I'm saying? That's still a human and still have their own life. And it's sad that someone had to lose his life, but it's like, you threatening your bro, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come from the same place, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't that serious, but you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Kash Turner, the Flashy Turner. Timmy was a fast learner. When you see that thumb down below, like it. And I appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far to the video. And just keep rocking with your boy.